It's time again for your 2016 Olympic update. U.S. cyclist Kirsten Armstrong gave her all for the gold. After winning the race in Beijing in 2008 and in London in 2012, she took 3 years off for hip surgeries. Adding to yesterday's difficulties, her nose started to bleed during the race. But she kept on going, and when she got to the finish line and heard she had won, she collapsed. Her 5-year-old son Lucas ran out to congratulate her. And Armstrong is the first woman to win gold in this race 3 times, and she has more to celebrate today. It is her 43rd birthday. 2 pools in Rio have suddenly turned green. On Tuesday, the diving pool turned green, and on Wednesday, the water polo pool also turned green. Rio organizers are offering competing reasons for what is causing the problem. A communications director blamed it on a sudden change in the water's ability to neutralize acid. The organizing body then said the heat and a lack of wind caused a sudden algae bloom. FINA, the Organization for International Aquatics, says the water tanks ran out of chemicals used in the water treatment process. Tonight is the night preseason game number 1 for the Bears, who take on the Broncos. Positions will be evaluated tonight, with a main focus on running back and safety. It's not likely we'll see much of Alshon Jeffrey tonight, which will turn the spotlight on Kevin White. White's still considered a rookie after missing all of last year. Our Bears expert Adam Hodge was on last hour and says surgery has not slowed White physically at all.
Even though there's a rod in that leg, he should still have the speed, should still have the athleticism, and so far that has been on display in training camp. He looks great. Now, I still think there's issues with him totally learning the playbook and lining up in the right spot, and his wide receivers coach Curtis Johnson has been on him from time to time about things like that. But in terms of him actually being able to run, grab the football and run with it, he looks very impressive, and I think that's one of the highlights of tonight's game.
Yesterday, we lost longtime ESPN icon John Saunders. Saunders died suddenly at the age of 61. He spent 30 years at ESPN and has been seen as a mentor to the younger generations of future broadcasters. Now taking it to the north side, the Cubs find themselves 12 games up with 3 consecutive sweeps. The Cubs wrapped up their 2-game series with the Angels last night. Cubs up by 1 in the 5th, and Ham Jam himself reeled in Angels' Mike Trout. Hamill had 6 strikeouts in 7 scoreless innings. Bottom of the 9th with Hamill on second, Dexter Fowler drives one to bring him in. And in the 8th, Pedro Stroop, slow roller to third, tries to field it, but buckles his knee. Stroop had to leave the game. He is not a guy that the Cubs want to see on the DL. They win their 9th in a row, 3-1. And the Cubs are good indeed. They are now 30 games over 500.
He hurt his knee, and that's all I know right now. And he's going to get his test tomorrow morning. I'll find out more. Really an unfortunate moment. It'll change the entire complexion of the group, and it makes Smitty more pertinent. I'm not going to beat up CJ for sure. I know that much. For sure, whatever's wrong with Strope, he's not pitching tomorrow. I know that also. So, yeah, we're going to have to look at different folks.
Sox looking for another win in Kansas City. This turned out to be quite the long night. Tied in the 11th with 2 outs, Tim Anderson with the first hit of the night drives in Todd Frazier. And out for redemption, David Robertson tries to get his act together. Can he do it? No, he can't. Robertson blows another one with the hit from Salvador Perez. It's tied at 2. Still tied in the 14th, Sox bring Matt Albers on the mound. Lorenzo Cain singles to win it for the Royals. Kansas City with the victory, 3-2. Sox take on the Royals for the final game of the series tonight. And that is a look at for your sports for today. Back to you guys.